Rosarian Academy, as we see it today, has evolved through many changes over its storied and interesting history. The Roaring Twenties was a time of change for many parts of the country. Bishop Barry was inspired to create the first Catholic educational institution. Four sisters from the Adrian Dominican Convent answered the call and created the St. Anne on the Lake Academy in 1925. The generous aid of Colonel and Miss Bradley provided out-of-town female boarders with new accommodations at Bradley Hall by September of 1925. With classes in full swing and girls finding a safe and welcoming home, the future looked bright. In 1928, however, a true challenge would come in the form of a hurricane. The two towers of Bradley Hall were destroyed. With the economic challenges that unknowingly lay ahead, it would take until 1934 to complete proper repairs on the hall and open once again for classes and boarders. But St. Anne's pulled through, and by 1935, enrollment doubled. Soon, boys were offered the opportunity to achieve a St. Anne's education during the day. These boys and girls would see St. Anne's on the Lake become Rosarian Academy in 1939 in honor of the mother of the Academy's generous benefactor, Anne Bradley.
Rosarian Academy entered the 1940s firmly established and ready to grow further. With a $2,000 home loan, Casa Hermosa was purchased to house an increasing number of boarding students, some from South America. With an increasing population, the school's reputation grew with it. Important members of the clergy traveled to Rosarian Academy during these years. With such recognition, the Academy also achieved many important accreditations, including that of the state of Florida and the Catholic University. With hopeful and optimistic hearts, the community of Rosarian Academy ended the decade breaking ground on a beautiful new chapel and classroom building.
The Academy's incredible growth spurt continued into the 1950s. The Yacht Club was purchased in 1951, providing room for an auditorium, more classrooms, showers and lockers for day students, and 2 apartments for faculty. In 1952, Rosarian received the help of Judy Garland to raise $35,000. In 1953, the State Department Office of Education provided funds, and the Academy hosted 21 educators from around the world for the purpose of observing the superior educational methods of Rosarian firsthand. Over the next few years, Lewis Hall and Harrington Apartments were added to the campus. In 1959, a swimming pool and bathhouse were added as well. Also, a new emphasis on the arts found students participating in spectacular stage productions.
The larger theater of American society underwent great social and political change in the 1960s. Rosarian Academy was no exception. In 1963, the Academy broke ground for the new state-of-the-art Margaret Ty Macklin Fine Arts Center. During this period, the Academy's choral was also visited by major recording artists, Perry Como and Ray Charles. New thought about the educational structure of the school was entertained, and forward-thinking programs like language labs and a guidance department were introduced. Boarders below the 7th grade were eliminated, and kindergarten was phased out. The Academy continued to innovate and evolve throughout the 1970s and 1980s. The elementary school was completely phased out in 1972, only to be re-established in 1985. A Montessori school for small children was started in 1974. The high school that had begun in 1925 saw its last year in 1991, only a year before the graduation of the first co-ed 8th grade class. Rosarian Academy expanded for the last time during the 20th century with the acquisition of the Meyer House on 8th Street.
Rosarian spent 75 years finding its identity as a premier educational center in Palm Beach County. The 21st century would find the little school on the lake bigger and more hopeful than ever before. Modernization of the facilities, enhancements to the academic program, and strengthening of business development all contributed to a roaring start to a new era. Today, the faculty, staff, parents, students, and many supporters of Rosarian Academy continue to expand and strengthen this wonderful school with the unwavering support of the Adrian Dominican Sisters. As an institution founded in the Catholic tradition, Rosarian Academy has experienced a great deal of change through the years, yet its principles have remained the same. The Rosarian community has always placed an emphasis on strong moral and spiritual values, intellectual growth, and civic-minded responsibility. The future may hold good fortune or difficult challenges, But no matter what we may face, these guiding tenets will continue to push us forward into a new age of excitement and learning.